Welcome, everybody, to tonight's episode of Red Sky Dark Sun. We're going to jump into things real quick here for you so we can get into the action of tonight's episode. Let's swing over and learn who all of our characters are here and those that will be playing them. We will start with you, Mr. Dice Barbarian.
Hey folks, I'm Tony, Dice Barbarian. I'm playing Arid, the Oath of the Ancients Paladin. Yeah, that's who I am.
Excellent. We'll swing over to Manda.
Hi, I'm Manda, and I'm playing Jade Marshstone, the human monk.
And Taylor.
I'm Taylor, and I'm playing Pivot Geo, the rock gnome alchemy artificer who was raised by dwarves.
Excellent. And over to Kai.
What's up? I'm Kai. I play Andrel Lionstar. He's a half fighter, half cleric, half orc.
Very nice. And Candace.
Hi everybody, Candace Magnificent, and I play Zora Bloodfang, your resident barbarian.
And last but certainly not least, our producer, Gregory.
Greetings, I am Gregory, also known as 1 in 20 D&D. I get to play Rigo Liberi, who is a rogue, human rogue, in fact.
Very nice. We set the scene, everyone, in the crypt of Marshstone family, where Jade, Ant, and Arid were led astray by a guard known as Nicole, who may not actually have the name Nicole. They were led astray, led down into this crypt, and they ended up meeting a gaunt, thin-faced, kind of like grayish blue-skinned individual known as Arytos. Arytos had some thugs with him that were pointing crossbows at the party members saying, hey, you need to come in here, we need to have a conversation. And some conversation did ensue, but more is yet to be had. But that's not where we're going to be beginning tonight's episode. We are going to be beginning tonight's episode within the City of the Dead, up top, as we see Rigo, Zora, and Kivit running across the dirt roads that wind through the City of the Dead, passing by crypts to get to their friends. You have narrowly almost killed two halflings that were trying to essentially use some subterfuge to kill you, and you were like, nah, we're not gonna let you do that. And hilarious carnage ensued, and Zora basically just like WWA just like destroyed these two, or WWF I should say, and
Old wildlife fun.
yeah, right.
WWE, yeah, you know.
WWE.
It used to be.
I support this.
Worldwide fun, nice. And yeah, they're all running over to the Crypt of the Marshstones.
Into the pandas.
That's Arid's line.
You all end up coming to a stop at the entrance of the Marshstone Crypt. There is a large door with a very large padlock kind of like set into it, and it's shut. You don't see any sign of anyone over here. You don't see Jade or Ant or Arid. It's very quiet as you approach the door. But Zora, you actually see a green garden snake with red stripes upon its back slither up to you, and it's wiggling real fast, and it says,
Zora,
I have met with Arid and the others. They are trapped below, in danger.
In danger? Where are they? Are they inside the crypt?
Who's in
nods.
danger?
Okay, guys, it says... Thank you, by the way. It says that our friends are in danger inside this crypt.
What says?
Which, like,
who
we
says?
Oh! Here we go. I didn't introduce you. Okay. So this is my friend, and I lift it up and I hold it out to Rigo. And I'm like, he just talked to Erid, and they're fucking in trouble.
You are an individual of a wide variety of talents, I see. I had no idea you could speak with creatures.
Yeah, I
Interesting.
totally can. I think it's because of my type. So, yeah.
Well, so, okay, the snake is telling you exactly what about our friends?
So I told the snake to go and tell Rigo and all them. Sorry, when you were over there, I thought you were over there. I was like, talk to Rigo and Erid and tell them that we're in trouble. But now he's coming back to us and telling us that, like, they're in trouble and we gotta get out of here right now. We gotta go.
Where are they?
I set the little guy down, I kind of pat him on his head and, like, send him on his way. And I just kind of start heading in the direction he told me to go in. Like, I
Yeah,
just...
so he had nodded towards the door. And he nods towards the front door and then slithers up your leg and kind of onto your arm. And you can see him, you can see the snake kind of like trying to nudge your arm around the edge of the crypt.
I say, all right, friend, thanks. And I'm like, Rigo, just follow me, all right? And I pick Kivit up. Actually, I think Kivit's already on my shoulder.
Certainly,
So.
lead
Yeah.
on.
Sora air.
And
So I head inside. Can I, like, do I have to, like, kick the door in, or can I just go?
you can certainly try.
Yeah, I want to do that.
Well, was
Okay.
the snake
Soaring with
indicating
Zora.
that she should go around the side of the crypt?
It seemed like the snake was kind of like trying to move its body to like motion to go around that corner. Correct.
So did you want to follow the snake, or are we still going to go straight in the front door?
Got a 15.
So for this, what I would actually have you do is roll me an athletics check, but I just want to check, are you, so the snake was motioning for you to go around the corner. I wanted to show you something.
Yeah.
Is that where you were going to go when you were doing this attack roll?
Oh, yeah. So, like, I'm like, charging headlong to try and rescue my friends, but if he's trying to tell me there's another thing for me to see, then I'll go there first.
So it kind of like, it looks at you and it says, here, this will be easier. And it ends up leading you around the corner, and you can see there's a bunch of like little holes that have kind of been chipped away over time at the side of the crypt. And it slithers down your arm and like puts his head into one of the holes and like goes back and looks up. Try here. Less sturdy, easier, and then it slithers inside the crypt.
All right.
Rigo's gonna
and I'm,
watch
like,
what
looking
she's.
around.
Rigo watches what she's
I-
doing and is like, He's gonna walk back around to the front and try to open the lock.
Okay.
But he doesn't say anything. He just does it.
Okay. Yeah.
I see like this area that he's pointing me to,
Mhm.
and I just kind of whisper, "All right, buddy, get out of the way," and I do my kick there instead.
You kick the wall with all of your might. You feel it buckle slightly, and from the inside, Arid, Jade, and an ant, you hear this like from inside, and this like slight rumble. A little bit of dust kind of comes off the ceiling and peppers the floor.
I immediately jump up and I stand right in front of this dude, but not threatening, but like out of pure instinct. I come off the thing and I stand in front of the guy, like, you know, and I say, "What are you doing now?" And I look at Dickhole, whatever his name is, and I'm looking at him like, "What is this?"
This is not of my doing, Green Knight.
Okay, that's the scene. Back to Zora, if you would like.
Do I need to try again to like really get in there?
So as you're, and I'm assuming like this isn't just like a one-time like kick with your foot.
No, I'm going for it.
All right, go ahead, and this time roll me an athletics check.
If it is up there, like, you can do it! You can do it! Yeah!
I got a 12.
Again, you kick the side of this place. More dust kind of falls from the ceiling. Rigo, why don't you go ahead, give me a sleight of hand check on the door, or a thievery check if you have that.
I can do one of those. Let's see which is easier.
We should have thieves tools.
I think I'm gonna use sleight of hand. It's exactly the same. Oh no, wait, that's
Okay.
not right because I actually am. I have specialization with the thieves tools, so it'll be more.
There you go.
So I'll use investigation if that's okay. Because it'll be nope. Wait, no, that's right. That's not right either. Dex. Wait, let me think. Nope. We're just gonna add +2 to this roll. That's what we're gonna do. So how about a that's an 11.
11. So as the two of you are like kicking this place, trying to unlock the front door to get in to help your friends, we see the two of you like Zora's kind of sweating a bit. Kivit's cheering her on from on her shoulders. You're up there like maybe getting a little annoyed at like all the jarring of the building, and you're just like trying to get this like highly finessed thieves tool unlocking of this door like down pat. And maybe it was just kind of like bothering you a bit that all this was going on around you when you were trying to focus.
Totally.
As this is happening above.
Every time I'm about to make a fine detailed maneuver, I hear this from around the corner, and I just it jolts me just enough to make me screw up and have to reset all the tumblers again.
Yep, exactly. As we see that like strain and frustration on Rigo's face, we like fade through the door, we descend down the stairs, and the camera fades through the giant doorway into the main chamber. We can see, and then I don't know, Gregory, if you're on the Marshstone Crypt map, but I do have that up.
Yeah.
And should be active here. Perfect. So Arytos, as this kind of like booming is happening, just is still hands cradled, looking at all of you. He looks at you, Jade, and he says, "So, do you have questions while we wait? I have some time to spare here."
I'd be curious to know if this isn't your doing, whose is it?
There are many of us that take on little jobs here and there for those individuals running things throughout, not just Waterdeep, but other places as well. I am just but a pawn of many.
Yes, your vagueness is very intriguing, but, you know, some concrete answers would be nice. I feel like me and my friends have been very courteous. We, you know, haven't decided to resist you or end your miserable life, and I feel like we deserve at least a little bit of an answer that isn't so dramatic.
We apologize, Lady Marshstone. You see, direct answers can often lead to unforeseen circumstances that we are not yet prepared to deal with.
Is there
Let
some
us-
answer that you can give us?
Well, let us just say the time that we spend here is quite important. You see, there are some rubies throughout the city that we are trying to pluck, and certain arrangements that we must stop from occurring, such as this gnomish man that you are searching for, this Archimedes. He was getting his hands into one too many pies, so to speak. Looking into things that we were not very eager to be having looked into.
Is
You're
he
You're
safe?
speaking a lot of words without saying anything.
Jade just kind of like smiles at you, like
He cocks his
nods.
eyebrow.
Is Bartholomew safe?
Oh, no, not at all. One of my associates is certainly extracting some measure of information out of him as we speak. was not difficult to procure him from Blackstaff Tower. Not at all. And he smiles.
Ant frowns.
I look to the wall or I look up, like, get the fuck in here.
You hear noise echoing throughout the place. More dust kind of fall. You can see the thugs in the room are kind of like looking around a bit warily. The one closest to the exit kind of turns and starts to focus the crossbow right on the doorway.
You said last. Oh, sorry, there, Amanda. If you had
No,
something to
you're
say.
okay.
Go ahead.
I just wanted to know if I could roll an insight on the things that he was saying when we were trying to ask questions.
Sure, go ahead.
That's a 20.
Very nice. It definitely seems like, yes, he is being mysterious and hiding things from you, but you definitely get the feeling that Archimedes is in some form of like danger. You could see through his facial expressions, like a smile on his face when he was saying that he was being, basically interrogated and possibly tortured to get this information out of him.
Last episode there, GM, you said that there was a ball of light at the back of the room that was like a portal or something.
Yes.
Like something.
So there is like a separate room that's sectioned off from a big iron gate. And you can see this ball of light kind of floating above a pedestal. And there is a large stone gate kind of past that that isn't activated. Like there's no light coming from the gate at all.
Okay. How far is Nick Hole far from the light?
If you mean Arytos, not super far. Maybe
Arytos,
like
yeah.
maybe like
Yeah,
10,
if
15
Nicole
feet
was
away.
down there, he'd be getting his ass beat right now.
Yeah,
That's
no,
right.
Nicole's not
that's
down
right.
there.
Nicole, Dick Hole was the one who brought us to the place and
Yeah.
bounced.
Right.
Okay, that's
Locked
right.
us in.
Tony's back yet. Tony's back. Sorry. Arytos. How far is he from the light?
About 10 feet away. But there's an iron gate like between him and the light.
Okay, and we can see through that iron gate.
Mhm.
Tracking. Gotcha.
Did
All
he
right,
explain
I
last
just,
time about the gate?
He didn't say anything about it.
Okay.
I did though, if you need a reminder.
Yes, please.
So your family, there's been like whispers throughout your family that there is a gate in the crypt that leads to the plane of Earth. And that is where they bury kind of like the further back lineage of all the family members and those of like highest esteem. So like your parents would likely get buried there.
Okay.
But you had never like actually seen it. You never heard about it. Like in like a concrete way. Everyone's like, oh yeah, sure. It might exist, kind of deal.
So I eyeball this guy that I'm looking at and I'll say, I really like the color of your eyes. I'll be back. And I walk away and I'm going to go stand right next to my companions and we're going to make this solid front right here.
You see, go ahead.
If he can get up to us, Antrell is just going to put a small sort of halfling hand on his side, sort of like assuring, but he's going to be using his, I believe it's called Vigilant Blessing, to give you advantage on initiative.
Nice.
Very nice.
Well done.
And as you put your hand kind of like on Arid's back and this energy flows through you, Arid, we kind of pan through the ceiling as we see Zora giving one big push and slamming a boot into the wall. The wall like starts to crumble a bit, and all of you start to hear like stone kind of like falling down the stairs. And Zora, you have gained some form of entry. It's a tight squeeze. It might take a little bit to get through, but you can see, you can smell more than see the stench of this place kind of oozing and slithering its way into your nostrils.
Yeah, I kind of just like mash myself into whatever shape/size hole I managed to create. Like I put Kivit through first so she doesn't have to worry about it, and then I like just smoosh my body in, and I'm like, Rigo, I'll make sure it's safe. Like trying to look for him, and I just kind of like shimmy through this spot, probably taking more of the wall with me in my descent into this crypt.
Okay. So you begin to enter in, and then Rigo, you hear that and feel that crumbling from the side of the crypt. What do you do? Are you going to try to get this door open up here to give you guys an easy escape, or are you going to go through and enter through that side?
Exactly. So Rigo, like he maybe hears Zora call that back to him, and then he kind of like looks up, thinks to himself like, yeah, maybe we still want to be able to go through the front gate if we need to. So he kind of like takes a deep breath and just centers himself and will sort of like start fresh and try once more time.
Okay.
Would you like another roll?
Yes, please.
Okay. I want to check something I don't think is going to work, but I'm curious. It's probably just
Sure.
going to tell you what. Oh, did that work? Nope, that's not working. Never mind. I thought I could get it to do another way, but we'll just do the same again and slide a hand +2 will give us the number we want. That's a little more like it. He centers himself, refocuses, and applies himself without distractions. That would be a 25 total.
You begin to move through the tumbler, hearing the clicks of each pin as it rests into place, until eventually you hear the victorious sound of the lock disengaging, and you hear a slight from the door.
As if a trap just went off.
That was, to be clear, that was just the door untightening itself from the locking mechanism.
So he kind of like, there's this nervous moment where he has a little freak out because he's like, oh, probably should have checked for traps. Good thing no one was here to see that. And he just like straightens himself out, stands up. He's going to push the door open, and he's going to try to find like a little, I don't know, a little somewhere around the entrance that he can slide the lock without it, so it's still there, but he doesn't want to relock the gate. That way,
Okay. So
if things go well on the way out, they can just replace it.
perfect. So you go to push on the door, you like put all your might into it, it doesn't budge, and then you notice the two handles and you're like, oh yeah, and you pull the doors open. And you begin to enter in, closing behind you. You slip like maybe a piece of parchment or something in between the locks so that it doesn't completely engage the locking mechanism. And you are plunged into a little bit of darkness. There's like a beam of light coming through that like has like little streaks, like thin streaks every here and there, from where Zora had broken down into this place.
So the lock
And
is actually
you can hear
part
Zora
of
like
the
grunting.
door? So the lock
Yes.
is actually part of the door. I misunderstood.
Yes,
I thought
it's
there was
set- it's like
a
set
lock
into the
separate.
door.
Oh, that's super cool. Yeah, so he would have done exactly what you said. I was thinking it was a separate device, but if not, then yeah, he would stick some kind of a, like a little pin or something he could throw away, maybe a copper piece to like slide
Sure.
into the mechanism to keep it from relatching.
Perfect.
Very cool. And then he just silently is going to look around, let his eyes adjust, and pull his cloak around a little tighter and look for Zora and Kivit.
Your eyes adjust, and you can see Kivit wiggle out of the hole, and then like her head peek out. Kivit, you've gained entry into the crypt.
Sora!
Yeah, Kivit, just give me a minute. And I'm like just like pretzel shaped, trying to. There's like a leg, an arm, a shoulder, and like an ear through this like hole in the wall.
Kivit is like trying to be quiet, but like it's just a different kind of loud, you know? Like it's not really doing the job. I think I can see are like you're not the right big for this. I can help. I can help. Just okay. Just wait. I have the right thing. I'm looking. Okay. So, Kivit happens to have alchemist's supplies, brewer's supplies, smith's tools, thieves' tools, and tinker's tools.
Oh my god, that's awesome.
This is real. I get the artificer tools because I'm an artificer. I get the brewer's supplies because I'm an artificer that was raised by dwarves, but really legally just because I'm an artificer, but story flavors. The smith's tools because I am a clan crafter, so remember that before you go to booking.com because I can get you a better deal. Just saying. I've got the thieves' tools because I'm an artificer, a bad one, and the tinker's tools because I'm a rock gnome and an artificer. So if you need a tool, befriend an artificer. But anyway, smith's tools. I've got all kinds of like little hammers and like tiny chisel-y things and picks and just iron implements of unknown origin or purpose. And I kind of bandolier these things on me at all times. So when I do like any kind of spell work, I'm just like, bah, 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 bah. It's kind of like the piano from Big, like beep, 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 beep. If you were a robot. But I'm going to select a few, probably two, one for each hand, just difficult little pick-like tools so that I can start, like, chipping away at the places where I notice stress in the stone, which I would totally notice, because that's my whole deal. And I'm gonna help Zora get through in a way that hopefully makes a bigger hole than we ever could have made on our own, because the bigger this hole is, the easier we can all get out, maybe.
Excellent.
Please don't crit fail, or I might lose a limb.
Oh my god, you might get yep.
Like just crushed by the wall. The whole side of the wall just collapses.
I mean, if I can get a cool bionic, like a steampunk leg or like a wooden something, then I'm fine.
Kevin will make it for you. Don't worry. I have the tools. I have tools for the trade. Don't worry. But the cool thing is like, how much is this gonna destroy Cool Guy's plan if the whole top of the crypt collapses? It's like, good luck trapping us, bro.
Worth the risk.
So,
yeah, worth the risk.
Kivit, why don't you go ahead and give me a... Let's say this is... I'm going to say this is an acrobatics check.
Yeah, because you would think there'd be like a better thing to roll for like crafting.
Yeah. Because I don't think there's an actual like crafting roll.
There's not
it's like
really.
I would say that
It's whatever.
Because I've only
okay.
I've got like sleight of hand, I don't know, performance if you were doing it to look cool. I don't know.
You could do an intelligence-based sleight of hand check.
Yep.
That would be cool.
Wow.
I like that.
Yep.
Okay. How
So
would you
that
do
should be
that?
your sleight of hand, and then it takes your intelligence modifier, I believe, instead of the regular modifier from sleight of hand.
So if my sleight of hand
Instead
is
of
plus
dex.
1, would I just trade that +1 for my intelligence modifier, which is +3?
Are
Yes.
you proficient with sleight of hand?
No.
So then it's just your intelligence modifier.
Sad day. Sad
But
day.
that's better than your dex, apparently.
It is.
Yeah.
Yeah, I only have a +1 dex, but I have +3 intelligence because I do my lifting with my big old brain.
So what I would do, Taylor, is... oh, I think you're already doing it.
Too late.
You did. Perfect. You did exactly what I wanted. Excellent.
I live
So
to serve.
14. So yeah, you start chipping away at this, and you're like getting like pretty easily like big sections to just like fall off, and then kind of like shoving them out of the way. And Zora, you start to like scoot through, and like half your body's through. As this is happening, Rigo, what are you doing?
Have I entered into the vestibule? Am I inside?
Yes,
the
you're
crypt?
you're kind of like at the top landing,
Mhm.
and you can see Kivit and Zora, well, half of Zora or like a quarter, starting to chip away at this and getting through, about halfway down the stairs.
Ah, excellent. Are they above the, like, do they have like a jump down to get onto the stairs?
No.
Get the okay.
Oh yeah, I guess they would. So Kivit, you probably like scaled up the wall a bit.
Kind of picturing that this is like a place. You know how when you're in like a building that's sort of like Grecian in architectural form, and there's a lot of like molding and like levels of
Yep.
like pillared pieces. I'm like ratting it on top of like I'm sticky handed.
That's awesome.
So Rigo is going to very quietly shuffle down a few of the steps to where they're coming through, and then just say, I have unlocked the front door. Would either of you like some assistance? He's going to offer to like basically give them a shoulder or, you know, a little help down from the ledge,
Oh,
if necessary.
Rico!
Yes?
We are making a home.
I can see that.
And you know, this could help us later.
Indeed, now we have two ways to get out of here if there is indeed trouble downstairs, but perhaps we should hurry.
But no one can lock a home.
Indeed. He just stands there like,
Kivit.
All you hear from
needs her
Zora
own
is like,
PBS special.
Yep.
all you hear from Zora is.
Rico is just like, great. Okay.
That's very neat, Kivit.
So like with Kivit's help, I
This is a
finally kind
hole.
of can smoosh like my face through, and then like I do like a turn to kind of like just throw the rest of my body like through the hole, and I try to like my best to like land on my feet, and I'm done, and I'm inside, and I'm like, Deharam, where are they? And I look at the little snake on my shoulder.
They are further down. This way.
He says they're
allow
further down.
me.
Okay.
And Rigo's gonna sneak down the stairs as quietly as he can.
Okay, roll me a stealth check, and while you're doing that, as this is all going on, we pan over to the rest of the group. As you're in this room with Arytos, as the noise begins to increase, Arytos has sent two of the thugs by the doorway just to greet the guests. And as the noise kind of continues, you can hear a slight bit of Kivit's voice off in the distance. And Arytos says, well, it looks like the rest of you are finally here. It's taken some time for these preparations to manifest themselves. I'm very happy for this.
Jade just rolls their eyes.
Weak.
Well, if you don't mind, it shouldn't take too much more time. And you actually see him excuse himself. He says, I will be right back. Just one moment, please.
I don't think it's very appropriate for the host of the party to just leave us here. Where do you think you're going?
No, simply to
Yeah, can
have a little conversation on the side. You know, I have other guests to attend to.
I move it to like block him?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
You go to step in front of him, and he like stares daggers at you, and he says, Green Knight, I would respectfully ask for you to get out of my way.
No, if you forget how this whole thing started, I asked for a dance. If this is gonna go down, you're staying.
Hmm. shoot him. And you see two of the thugs aim their crossbows at Arid and go to fire. And I'm gonna need everyone to roll initiative.
Certainly.
See how this pans out.
Ho ho ho.
First initiative. Wait, a second.
I have
do we
advantage,
need
right?
a token? in order
Yes,
to roll
I will
initiative?
be
That's
adding
13.
all of you
Well, we're on here.
to
We're
the
just
combat
sort of in the
here.
corridor. All right.
I don't know. Did that just roll more than once? No. Okay. I got a 23.
It's not letting me roll advantage on initiative. It's only letting me do one roll.
I would just do one, and then you should be able to roll a second one.
It didn't let me roll the second one. That's what I tried doing.
I
like
can
it
re-roll
locked
it
me
for
into
you if
the-
that's okay.
Yeah, I
So you
think
got a
maybe it
9
tabs
for
so it
this
only-
one,
Yeah.
and you got a.
That would be a natural 20.
18.
So you got a 2 for the second one. So we'll give you that. And I think you had a 9
How
before.
was it 0.18?
Yeah, I don't understand why Foundry does that sometimes. It's very strange.
What this?
Point 18 is it's your dexterity. It's just including your dexterity for tiebreakers.
That's
It's
what I
just
thought
the
it was
setting.
too. Yeah, I think it's for tiebreakers.
It uses your dexterity for the tiebreaker.
Yeesh or Reno 1.
So the thug needs to re-roll again to see because it tied with
Hey,
Rigo.
Ant doesn't speak snake. He
Oh, wait,
still doesn't
maybe he
know what's
didn't.
going on.
Rigo, what was your total? What was your total?
24.18. He's got a
24.
better dex.
Okay.
Dunskies.
Yeah.
No, I'm using ambush right now. I'm gonna add a D8 to my initiative.
Nice.
Ooh.
Please. All right, let me pull up combat tracker.
I'm at 8 instead.
All right. So at the start of the initiative, we have Rigo. Rigo, what would you like to do? You are about halfway down the stairs. You've got roughly about 30 feet to descend down the stairs before you see a large door. It is open. These like large kind of high steel doors. They have like an embossing of like the scales and the Warhammer of Tyr in them. They are wide open. You can see kind of like a pillar of not a pillar, but like a large kind of like column of stone with a I think it's called a brazier in the middle of the room ahead. And you can see some of your friends right behind that.
So, the first is a question. It appears that it's
Sure.
rather dark in this hall, in the stairwell. So,
Oh, I don't
that
know if I added light in here. Yes, actually, that is accurate. It is dark in that hall. There's no light in that hallway.
okay, perfect. Is it possible, would we have advantage on stealth? I rolled already, but my intention is to use the hide action and try to move down to the base of the stairs to see better in the room.
Excellent. So it sounds like you want to descend down the stairs and just kind of like take a peek into the room, right?
Indeed. Yeah. As
Perfect.
quietly as possible.
And I believe you already rolled me a stealth, and you had a
Out of 13, my question
Looks like you got a
was,
13.
would I possibly have advantage, seeing as how we're out in the darkness and they're in the light?
I'll let you roll again.
Sweet.
I'm cool
thank
with
you.
that. You're welcome.
That's a little
18,
better.
very
How about
nice.
18? So Rigo is going to, and I guess I can do it with my token there. I'm going to move down to the bottom of the stairs. Whoops. Let's try that again. There we go. Down to the bottom of the stairs. Take a look into the room as quiet. I'm like, I have my hood up at this point, actually. So I'm like within the grayness of my cloak and just slide. He literally looks like he's sliding down the wall with his back against the wall. When he gets to the bottom of the stairs, he takes a quick look inside. He notices that Arid, Ant, and Jade are standing essentially surrounded by at least 3 individuals, and then he possibly notices the other 2 standing sentry right inside this room. Is that correct?
Yeah, I would say that you can definitely see the 2. They don't notice you somehow.
Perfect. So he does a quick count in his head. He looks back up the stairs, and he's gonna hold out into the hallway, essentially, 5 fingers like this, and then sort of motion in the room, like 5 individuals in the room is what he's trying to signal. But he puts his hand where he thinks it would be in front of, essentially, the light coming from the brazier or from some of the torches or sconces. So like, I'm imagining the edges of this corridor are pretty dark, and so he's trying to make essentially a silhouette with his hand for Zora and Kivit.
That's cool. I
And
like that.
That's gonna be Rigo's action, I think. Is that he's gonna
Okay,
wait.
so you're basically trying to inform them that there's 4 people in this place?
Nope, 5. He
Or 5?
counts
5. Sorry. Yeah.
Does he see that they're all pointing their arrows at me? Does he see that?
Oh yeah. Yep.
Okay.
And actually, let me rotate these guys towards you.
Yeah, and I
They
think
do have you,
Rigo takes it as if they're threatening you in a sense. Like he doesn't know stuff is literally about to go down. When he comes down, he just does a quick assessment. He sees 5 individuals he does not recognize and the 3 of you, and is like, uh-oh, there's trouble. And then he's just going to try to signal his friends and then see what happens next. If that's not going to be an action, if I would still have an action left in the economy, then I would say he would hold an action to make an attack, if possible.
I am totally cool with that.
Rock and roll. Thank you. So the trigger would be if one of our friends gets attacked. Rigo will immediately respond.
Okay. Sounds
Cool.
good.
That's it for me. End turn.
All right, Jade, you are up. You see all of these thugs in the room. I would say about half of them. So 2 of them just swivel their crossbows towards Arid, and they look like they're ready to pull the trigger. That would be the one directly to your left and the one directly to your right.
Okay. Perfect. The one that's kind of like behind, right?
Yes, correct. Yep, it would be this one and this one.
Perfect. I turn to that last one that you highlighted that's to my right, and I get my fists up in a super defensive position, very hard, stern look on my face, and I say, I wouldn't even think about it if I were you. These hands are faster than you can even imagine, and that will not even make it to your intended target before I grab it and shove it into your face. And I just ready in action and just don't even move, just like a stone statue, making total eye contact with this, with that particular one. But also, like, listening behind me in case I hear, like, the whizzing of another one.
Okay, sounds good. So you're getting ready to use your reaction if anyone tries to shoot at Arid and that crosses your path. You're just going to grab it?
I am going to try. Yes.
Okay. Sounds good.
Because he's right. Where is he?
Arid is right here.
Oh, there he is. Okay. I saw Ant, but I didn't see Arid. Okay. Yeah. So I'm kind of like between them. So yeah, if it comes, I want to try to do that.
Okay. Sounds good. So this one that's closest is going to actually move over here, jump over the sarcophagus below him. So he just like runs, jumps over the side, swivels the crossbow towards you, Arid, and pops off a shot. And
that triggers
he
2
fires.
reactions.
So as you're reacting to that, really, Foundry, you have no ammunition. I don't care.
Oh, we win.
Yeah, I know,
Yay,
right?
battle over.
No
Very
ammunition
battle over.
required.
Oh no, you left your bullets at home, mate.
Boss, were we supposed to load these before we fired?
Yeah,
We didn't
right.
know- have we got the crossbows? We didn't know we were supposed to load these.
Oh, I use
So-
this pocket for treats.
Jade and Rigo, both of your reactions immediately trigger. Rigo, you get yours first since you had gone before Jade. What do you do? So this thug fires an arrow or a bolt towards Arid. You can see the two other ones kind of like to the left, immediate left and right around the corner of this corridor, past the door, are like antsy and ready to pull triggers as well. The one on the left doesn't have their heavy crossbow out. They've got a mace though. What do you do with that reaction?
Rigo had been waiting and watching and slowly and quietly pulling out the short bow that he keeps strapped to his gear. And when he sees that arrow being loosed, or he probably hears the thunk from the trigger.
Yep.
And like in a flash, an arrow comes up into his short bow, and he's going to unleash it at the one that just fired.
Okay, perfect.
So
and that's gonna be that guy
I'm gonna
right
target
here.
that guy. I'm gonna target. Come on, Foundry. Let me target.
Try
that guy.
Alt left click.
Yeah, let's try that. Nope. Still not. There it goes. That's what I was looking for. Okay, so then let's do. Yes, that's gonna. Oh, now I'm hidden, so I should have advantage on this. I
You
believe.
do, and you can add your sneak
And-
attack bonus as well.
There we go. It's my boy.
So wonderful.
That's my boy.
So let's see if it lets me do this advantage roll here.
That hits.
Oh yes. All right. Not a
For the 16.
fantastic shot. He was a little bit off because of the speed he had to make that in, but it worked. So hang on, my HUD is a little weird. Let's move stuff around. I need a little screen space. There we go. All right. So 16 to hit. Damage is gonna be nice, soft crit. So that's gonna be 10 piercing damage, and how about some sneak attack?
Oh yeah.
Let's see what we got here. Sneak attack. Well, there you go. Did it work? It worked. No? Yes, no? Oh, weird. I thought it would roll the damage. It just put it in there. That was strange. Oh, right on. Nice. An extra 9 damage. So it's a total of 19 damage to that gentleman.
Very nice. Heck yeah. So you fire off that arrow. So he fires off his bolt. Arid, it just glances off your armor and just like hits the wall. And as soon as that crossbow bolt leaves his crossbow, your arrow flies, strikes him in the shoulder, and he just grunts like, "Ugh," and like slams into the wall. And he turns his head and he points and he just says, "Look, there's one there." And that is the end of that. Zora, you are up. You also are about 30 feet away from, or 25 feet away from the entrance from where you started. You see Rigo kind of like shirking in the shadows just outside the doorway. What do you do?
So, I assume I can see, like, Rigo fire off a bolt at that thug.
Oh yeah.
Okay. Do I see anybody else? I don't think so, right, from where I'm standing.
Oh yes. Sorry. Hold on. Jade does get her reaction. I apologize. I forgot about that. So Jade, you get your reaction to snatch that arrow or that bolt. So
I wasn't sure if I was able to because I was focused on the other guy and not the one that actually shot it. So I didn't know if it just counted because I was readying an action, but because he wasn't the one that shot it, would I be able to still have just a reaction, like an action, I guess?
I mean, if you're readying an action to grab a bolt, I'm totally fine if you leap through the air to try to grab that one and stop it from hitting him. The only thing I will say is that Arid didn't get struck by it, so unless you wanted to try to use that reaction to throw it back, because I believe you have that as a monk, as an ability as a monk.
Yes, I do, but it does only specify that it's when I'm being shot at, so I'm not sure if I
Right.
would be able to do that. So
Ah.
we'll just
Yeah,
just
that's
skip
the whole
it.
thing.
Yeah.
Skip it for now. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Sorry about that, Zora. Go ahead.
That's okay. So then I can still see the guy that's to the left of Jade.
Yes. It's a little hard from where you're at now. You'd have to move up a bit. You can kind of see like little like the side of his arm from where you're at. Once you move up towards the doorway, it'll be a lot easier to see in the room.
Okay. I'm gonna move right here. That's okay.
Yeah, that's totally fine.
Okay. So I see the guy. Do I see this dude in here?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Once you're in this room, you can see where everybody is in the room.
Okay, so I know that Jade can take care of themselves, but I don't want to get surprised by this guy. Can I throw like my, wait a minute. There's dudes next to me.
Yep.
Oh no, I'm getting this guy right here. I'm getting this jerk.
Okay.
That's what I'm doing.
So we
Yeah,
just see
it's
Zora like
everywhere.
rush down the stairs, feet pounding against the marble floor, and you like walk in, take a quick like glance at the room. You see a guy immediately to your right, and you're like, yeah, you're gonna die.
So yeah, I'm gonna use my glaive, and I'm just gonna go in there and get him. Is what I'm
Okay.
gonna do. See?
My brain is just like firing off like action one-liners like Thundercats, oh! Or it's taco night.
It's taco night. That's funny.
Oh, that's the worst.
Ooh,
I got
that
an
attack does miss.
I saw 20 on the dice, so I was like, what?
So if I know that I can use the blunt end of the glaive as an extra move.
Yep, with Polearm
I do
Master,
that?
correct. Yep, so you click Polearm Master bonus attack and then just click attack on there.
Awesome.
The bolt blade just like whiffs by him, and you spin it so that the
The butt end just smashes him right in the chest.
Yes.
Love it.
It will not let me do that. For some reason.
That's so weird. Do you mind if I roll it for you, I guess?
Please, yeah, go ahead.
That's super strange. Really?
So then, no. I rush down the stairs and I go to I see the guy in the corner and I'm like, oh, I'm getting him. And I kind of like heft my glaive to like launch it at him. And as I'm kind of turning, I see this other guy and I'm like, no! So I try to kind of like swing it instead. And I attempt to get him and he just like, he sees me coming a mile away. Like he sees me way before I see him.
It's like you kind of like make that initial commitment and you like kind of like swerve with it to try to hit him, and he like blocks with like the back end of his crossbow against the haft, kind of pushes it off, and you go to hit him in the face with the blunt end, and he just ducks underneath it, and he just says, amateurs. That's your turn. We swing on over to Arytos. So he looks at you, Arid, and he says, it did not have to come to this, but might as well have some fun. And he is going to, so you see him like kind of like heft up the left hand, like the left sleeve of his robe, and you can see this kind of like strange black gauntlet across his forearm. As he like hefts that up, his left hand, he like either like rotates something on his wrist or like does some kind of movement, and you can see him kind of like grimace in pain, and he goes, and his fingers begin to like shape change in a way and start to turn into claws, of like slick black kind of like long nailed claws, or claw I should say, because it's just a single claw. And he says, well, this should be interesting. and he goes to just slash at you with his clawed hand.
Sweet.
And targets you.
Wait, he's only got one giant claw.
Only one giant claw.
That's
One
so
dead-
much grosser.
One necro claw. I mean, come on.
Necro
so
claw.
much grosser when there's only one claw.
Could he only buy one?
I can't
so
even
that is a-
explain it.
That is a 25 to hit. I'm assuming that hits you.
That hits. Yep, that hits.
We need somebody to be a bard so they can tell him how gross he is and hurt him.
So he rakes across your face, and you can feel this like slithering black, kind of like nasty, like tendril like substance, kind of like seep into your blood. As you get dealt 8 points of necrotic damage as it slides across your face. He then kind of like moves towards to go around the corner, but he still stays engaged with you. And he says, "Are you sure this is a dance you can survive here, Green Knight?" And he once again just rakes out with that claw. And that is a 19.
That hits.
No.
That hits.
Don't know why it's not like actually marking it as you. And that is another 4 points of necrotic damage.
Okay.
And that's his turn.
Taking away from my. Hold on, we got 12 total, right?
Yep.
Okay. And as I feel that seep into my skin, I kind of turn to the side and I look at him. My eyes go green, and the slight shiver of bark quakes across my body. I say, "Necromancy. All right, this is what I've been waiting for." And you know, for my as a prep for my turn, you see a flail start to move.
Very nice. At the end of his turn, we see the thug on the left-hand side of the door have his mace ready, and he moves forward and goes to swing at Zora, hefting this heavy club. And he kind of brings it up and he says, "Y'all came to the wrong place." Even though you all came to the right place, because this is supposed to happen. Oh, and he's actually flanking, so he does get advantage. I'm gonna have him roll one more time here. That's an 18 for the first one. That's an 18 to hit Zora, and I think that hits. Why is it not? It's so weird that it's not like marking it as.
Raging?
I don't
Not
think
yet.
Zora ever said that she was going into a rage yet. So that would be standard damage. Only rolled a 1. So that would be 1 plus 2 for 3. So you take 3 points of bludgeoning damage.
So I just kind of like he hits me like in my shaved spot because I've got like a real like sexy mohawk, and I like go, "Ow, fucker."
Perfect. As he like hits your skull, and it like he has this expression of like, "Yeah, I'm gonna fuck this person up." Hits you in the head, and you just like glance it off. He kind of hesitates again, and he goes to hit you again because they do have multi-attack.
Cute.
It's a 21. Another 5 points of damage there.
Okay.
Could be a total of 8. All right, and that's his turn, and he just says, "Come on, we gotta take this one out." And he doesn't even like really pay attention to you, Rigo. And at that point, Arid, it is now your turn. What would you like to do?
All right, as I feel that necrotic damage go into my skin, I talk my shit. You see my flail, actually from, no, you see my shield whip around and my flail follows with it as I attempt to slam this guy as hard as I can.
All right.
He should be targeted, hopefully it all works. For 11.
That unfortunately misses. You go to slam forth with your flail, and he just like very nimbly, even though he looks like very gaunt and weak, he's like very, very quick on his feet. And he just like gracefully just like slide steps out of the way.
Okay, and for my shield mastery, I'm going to, as that flail comes up, my body comes back, I'm going to hit him with my shield and try to, instead of shove him, I'm going to try to knock him prone to get him.
Okay, nice.
And I got to remember how to do this. I think it's like we go against each other for
athletics, I
we do
believe.
shove again. Yeah, I think it's athletics. Yep. Athletics incoming.
Oops, that's Arcana.
Ooh. Oh, crap. 8.
He crit failed.
Yes.
Nice.
All right.
So what happens? Tell me.
You see the flail just whiff, and he's kind of like, as his claw comes off, and he dodges the flail, and then right behind is a shield, and I come right down on the kind of his bicep where that claw is, and I use the corner of my shield to shove him to the ground. As I do that, I roll over him with my shield to make sure he's prone, and I'm going to use my movement to run over to the little glass thing, the little ball thing that he was moving to behind this gate.
Okay. So he was actually moving around the corner of this place. But if you want to run towards the gate, that's totally fine.
Yeah, wherever. Yeah, because it looked like he was going back behind here to this ball. Well, wait a minute. I might be metagaming by mistake. Because I remember Jade said something about, I didn't know that they were here. Did Jade actually say that this is like a gate ball thing?
She did not.
Okay. All right. So I don't want to metagame. So, I'm going to just stand on the other side of him and like stand over him, and that's my movement.
Okay. The thug closest to you, Jade, goes to has his crossbow out and kind of steps down and fires that crossbow bolt right towards Arid. Arid, you have 3/4 cover, so I believe it's at a disadvantage, and I believe your AC goes up by 2.
Would this be like an okay time to use my reaction, or would it still be good at this point?
Since he's firing like right past you, I'm totally fine if you want to try to intercept this.
Okay. Yeah, I would like to. What would that be?
I believe it's an acrobatics check, and I think it's a DC 15 if I remember correctly.
Okay.
I'm not sure, but I believe the damage has to be done, and if she supersedes it, she grabs it.
That's what it was.
Yeah.
Yep, that's what it was.
If you're gonna use that technique.
20 on acrobatics.
Oh, damn. He's going to have a hard time trying to outdo that. Whoa, I just moved Arid to another plane of existence here. There we go.
And 3/4 cover would give him +5 to his AC.
Oh my god. Jade, you may have just saved Arid's life right there. Because it's a critical hit. You just stopped him from taking 11 points of damage.
Wow.
So that crossbow bolt flies out, blazing speed. You just snatch it out of the air. What do? I'm okay if you like use the full thing to spend. I think it's a bonus action to throw it back. I can't quite remember for that specifically.
Yeah, it says I can, as my reaction, I can catch it, and then
Oh, it's a key point. That's what it is.
yeah, then I can use a key point, but it just says if you reduce the damage. So it says the damage you take from the attack is reduced by 1 die 10 plus 8, and if you reduce to 0 and have a free hand, which I do, then I can spend a point to make the attack. So I guess technically I would have to do the roll to see if I take it down to 0.
Okay. So just roll 1d. So it's /R space 1d10 plus 8. It's a /.
So like in the some other VTTs.
Mm-hmm.
12.
That is a success. You reduce it to 0. Do you want to spend the key point to make that ranged attack?
Oh yes, I do. Yes, I very
Awesome.
much do. Let's see here. I'm trying to find it in my in my table. Like missile attack. Here we go. Ooh, that is a 10.
Dang, very nice. Heck yeah. I will apply that to him.
No,
here.
that's because I have to make an attack, I think. Like
Oh,
a
yes.
10 to hit.
Ranged attack roll. Correct.
Yeah.
So
I made a ranged attack.
So you go to throw it back, and he steps out of the way. It does clatter against the wall, as
But
you
it looks
just
super
barely miss. Like he steps to the side. It whizzes right past his face. It does like slightly cut his cheek, and then it clatters against the wall. You were very close.
I look at him and I just kind of shrug and I'm like, I got halfway there. Told you so.
I
He
hear
says,
the
better luck
I hear
next
the-
time.
I hear the thunk of another crossbow, and I look up where it was coming from, and I just see, as I look up, I just see this Jade's hand grab this arrow or this bolt out of the air and flick it back at this guy, and I kind of smile. I'm just like, Jade's a badass, and I look back down at the bad guy, menacingly.
Very nice. So what we're gonna do here real quick, just for posterity's sake, we're going to pause the game and take a quick 5-10 minute break, see if Taylor can fix her connection problems, because I know she's having issues, and then we'll reconvene. Quick, yes. Open your eyes. We've arrived, my friends, to a place of such abundance and beauty, like none have ever seen before. Misty Mountain Gaming has all you could ever need for your tabletop role-playing accessories. Metal dice, acrylic dice, dice trays, and many other tabletop role-playing accessories can be found within the halls of MistyMountainGaming.com. The forge is always hot. The tanners and tailors always working to create new and improved equipment for adventurers such as yourselves. And just for joining us on this journey, take 10% off of your entire cart with the coupon code VALOR at checkout, saving you a little extra gold for that tankard of ale waiting for you at the inn. So grab what you need and start your journey now by heading to MistyMountainGaming.com, where you too can find the treasure of a lifetime. So, Jade, you just intercepted this crossbow bolt fired off from the thug in the middle of the room towards Arid, and tried to fling it back at him. You're so close, just skid across the cheek of this guy. There's a slight trickle of blood coming down his face. The crossbow bolt scatters against the back wall. And then this guy is going to use the rest of his movement to move around to the other side here, kind of hunker down behind this chest. And that is his turn. We swing over to the other thug in the room that Zora smashed into the head, or at least attempted to smash into the head with her glaive. He actually disengages from you, Zora, and rushes over to the sconce over here, not the sconce, the brazier, and just kind of like scampers up top, kind of hunkers down, and he does not take his action because he did the disengage, and he's just chilling behind here. He's got his eyes set on Ant, and that is his turn. Ant, you are up. What would you like to do?
Ant doesn't notice because he's been watching Arytos, so he's just going to keep moving towards Arytos. As the guy gets knocked to the ground, Ant dusts his long coat to the side, and under it, he reaches down and grabs up a truncheon, this long kanobo, and pulls it up over his shoulder to swing down on him.
Awesome.
GM, is there a reason that Kivit got dropped to the end of the initiative? She had either a 5 or a 9.
I think it was a 9.
She lost her initiative score for some reason.
Yeah. Strange.
I will update that. Thank you. No, thank you.
So, I can't just move him. How do I move a dude? Sorry.
Shift
I
to the
think I
left
can
click and
move it.
drag.
Push it.
Oh, okay. Wait. Okay, I was
Yep.
trying to do that. By the way, he moves up and he's going to be swinging down.
Are you flanking? Trying to flank?
There's a thing the way it looks like. Can I?
Yeah, I'm cool if you like skirt around like the edge of the
Wait.
chest.
Wait, never mind. He's on the ground. I already have advantage.
Oh,
Yeah, he's prone. That's right.
Yep. Yeah, he's hurting.
Bang. That will be a 20 total.
Nice.
with the Kanabo, you slam down. Go ahead, roll that sweet, sweet damage.
That'll be a solid 13
Whoa.
damage.
Nice.
Nice.
As he lifts it back up, does this guy bleed? Or does he feel pain? Does it sound like it?
So you smash into him, and you don't hear like an exhalation of breath or anything, but you do hear the cracking of bone, and he winces in pain.
All right. So he looks up towards Aird and just shouts over, I have your back. And I'll rally up Aird and give him some tempies.
Nice.
Oh, hell yeah, you do. Yep.
Nice.
2.
I will take it.
It's
Let's do
better
this.
than
And Aird feels that come over him, and he's so focused in and pissed. He looks at you, and there's like this ichor that kind of drips from his face where his wounds are, and he's like, "Thanks, brother. Let's end this son of a bitch." And you see a flail start to move again as we prep for our next round.
All right, and Kivit, you are up. What would you like to do? You've got about 25 feet down the stairs. You see Rigo and Zora currently in combat with some not so nice looking goons. What would you like to do?
Indeed. So, clarification. I refreshed my map because I'm not playing. So, there was a bad guy right in between Rigo and Zora, but he has run to the brazier.
Yes, correct.
There's a second though. There's one on the
A
other
shadow
side.
of
There's
him.
there were two. The one on, let's call it the right side, ran up to the brazier. The one that was on the left is still in between the two. Or
Okay, so there
in
really
front
are.
of Rigo
There
and
were
behind
two
Zora.
Yeah.
bad guys. Okay.
There were two.
Oh my god. Well, that might change. I had a plan, and then it changed my plan, and now I might go back to my other plan. Bop, bop, bop. Okay, I've got too many things that I want to do, and I know that God would just not let me have them all. So, what I'm gonna do is I've been watching this. Okay, I've been kind of sneaking out between bricks. What the hell is going on? I'm sneaking up. So I'm definitely gonna sneak up right in this little notch of space that's between Rigo and Zora. And there is a guy here. How's he feeling?
He's feeling good.
He's feeling
he-
really good.
He's a little nervous about Zora because he's just hit her in the head twice as hard as he could, and she's just like, "Ow."
Should be
Feeling it.
nervous.
Feeling it. Well,
Agreed.
we gotta do something about it. So, I have the Katars that I acquired, fair and legal salvage, from the halflings. And I don't have a button for them yet, but I do have Dart. And so, what I would kind of like to do is use Dart in tandem with my bonus action, which is an action in combat 2-weapon fighting. And even though the Dart is purely a thrown weapon, the Katars are not necessarily. They are light melee, right? Because they're like little daggers.
Mm-hmm. I'm actually
So-
creating a button literally right now for you.
Nice.
Watch out! So the thing is that if either weapon did have the thrown property, I could throw these weapons instead. But I'm allowed to make one melee weapon attack in one hand, and then I can use this bonus action to attack with a different one that I'm holding in the other hand. And oh my god, I've got two. What? So I'm definitely doing that. Out of nowhere, sparks fly. These weapons, maybe you recognize them because you're stupid people that you hired, your little freelance interns. Those belong to them. It is mine now.
All right. You should have a guitar in your weapons and
We
equip.
see a different side of Kivit
Is
in
this-
the moment.
Does Kivit call this her guitar duet instead of a
This
guitar
is-
solo?
This is
Oh no.
this is one of those double neck guitars. This is double fisting.
Excellent. Yeah.
Somewhere in the
I
distance,
love
Zach Wilde is like, and that's the sound that happens when. Hold on, let me see. I might have to refresh my sheet. Please hold. Okay, excellent. Do good. Do a good job.
That's a 15. That hits.
Cool. And here's the thing. Amazing. Dart Kivit is in play, but just a wonderful question. Am I within range enough that if this individual were to run, I would have an attack of opportunity?
Yes.
That's cool to know. Filing that away for later. And I don't have a super applicable. Obviously, I used my action combat bonus action, and I don't have a applicable reaction, but would I? This is a trade. Be ready. This is
We-
some haggling. Are
You haven't made the
feeling
second attack
open?
yet.
Oh, okay. Well, get going, Jim. Roll that.
Okay, fine.
Roll that. Jesus.
It misses.
Oh,
I
hey,
can't roll
attack.
damage.
No! Damn it!
Oh,
God.
boo.
Well, that's because you did that to me. You should be even more open to this negotiation that's coming your way.
Okay.
So, just like hear me out. Imagine Sicily, 1929. We are wondering, the royal we are wondering if you would allow me to interact with an object as a reaction,
As a reaction.
or just
I am
a
fine. I am totally
done with
fine.
my turn moment.
Are you trying to just spend your reaction right now? Because I'm cool with that. If you want to spend your reaction
I'm trying to. I have two options.
Okay.
You can choose the one that you feel more comfortable with.
Okay.
I would like to hand an object or touch someone else's object.
Ooh. I am okay with you doing either of those. You choose.
Really,
I'll give you the option of either.
you might not like this, but we'll see. So what I would like to do, if I'm allowed to touch an object, and this is super fun visually, so everybody at home get ready. Pivot can do a thing called infuse item, right? And this is special. It's like an Artificer dealio, and if somebody in the general area were to have a martial weapon, like a glaive, interesting. But I mean, does anybody have that? Somebody has that. And if I just reach up and grab onto it like a monkey bar and swing, and just I have tongue of people, make this into a badder weapon than it already is. And I'm gonna do enhanced weapon, which doesn't actually require any items, ingredients, and even if it did require an ingredient, I'm a warcaster, so forget about it. I've got tools out the beehole, so I don't need any of that. So enhanced weapon, this magic weapon grants a +1 bonus to attack and damage rolls made with it.
So you clamber up. You clamber up Zora's back, and you touch that glaive. It starts to glow. What color does a weapon glow when you imbue it with your magical essence?
Kivit is a creature of the forge and a creature of the earth. This is a rock gnome that grew up in the realm of dwarven magic, and so when Kivit attunes or magics up a weapon, it is like molten metal. You're getting the white hot golden red forged glow of something that isn't ready to touch yet, but for the right person, it is.
Because then they're crispy.
They're gonna get real. Somebody's getting crispy, but it's not you because the magic is for you. I created this. for you.
Zora, the blade of your glaive starts to glow this like red hot, or actually I should say like white hot kind of color. And you can see like traces of what appear to be forge flames kind of coalescing around the blade, as Kivit starts to imbue your weapon with her magical energies.
I like toss my like, cause I have my mohawk kind of braided up into like a ponytail to keep out of my face, and I like toss my ponytail over my shoulder as like I look over at the guy, and I'm like, oh, you're fucked now. And I just smile at him like.
And the next round begins.
Yes.
Rigo,
And
you are
Rigo-
up. What would you like to do?
Rigo goes down to one knee. He then spins around on that knee so he can skirt out between the legs and around, let's see, past Kivit and around the legs of Zora. Then he dances back up to his feet, ending up on this far side of the thug. As he does that, he like twists and rolls the short bow so that the string goes up and over his shoulder, slinging it over his shoulder as he pulls out his rapier and stands up to make a strike at this thug. And
Time to wreck his
It's
day.
like some Hawkeye shit.
Yeah, that is
Straight up
very
Hawkeye.
Hawkeye-esque.
I accept that. Oh, I have the wrong person targeted. Dang it! I gotta change my target. There we go. Let's try that again. And so with advantage, with the rapier, let's go. And
What'd you get?
Yeah.
I'm waiting for it to finish. It's still rolling. 22 to hit.
That is a hit.
So the damage from that is going to be
Nice.
10 piercing and an additional
Yes!
oh 12 sneak attack. Yeah, he was not ready for that. Focused as he was on Zora, threatening him with this like blazing now glaive, he took his eye off Rigo at the very wrong moment, and Rigo just slides it up in between a couple of ribs from behind him, and that's it. Now I would love to make an offhand attack, but I can't because I don't have it yet. So that's it for Rigo right now.
All right.
Although
You have a clever thing to say.
technically, I could use my cunning action, but I don't think I have a good one to use. So I'm gonna be done with my turn.
Okay. No sly words for the dead man.
Yeah.
Soon to be dead man.
From behind?
No. In this case, Rigo prefers to let his actions speak louder than his words.
Well played. Well played.
There you go.
Rigo
Okay.
is sexy AF. Rigo
Jade,
sexy
you are
AF
up.
right now.
You can hear you hear like a wet kind of like slurping sound as Rigo's daggers like stab into this guy's ribs. The guy grunts.
Rapier. The rapier. She probably
A
sees
rapier,
the point of
yep.
it.
Just like disappear into this guy, and you can see there is a drop in the morale from these thugs as you seem to be putting up a pretty good fight. What do you want to do here, Jade?
Yeah, I mean, we didn't go with them because we were scared or because we were like, oh no, we're helpless. Like, we went with them like knowing at any moment that we could just, take over and control the whole situation. So it's working out well, I see. And I'm glad our other friends have joined us. So if I were to come over to either one of these, like this person here or the one next to the middle, would it like provoke from the other? Because I can't really tell by the way that the map is.
You would not get attack of opportunity. Like they wouldn't get an attack of opportunity against you.
maybe I don't want to be flanked, so I'm
And
going
Big
to.
Boy's still on the ground too, just so you know. He hasn't gotten up yet.
Which one?
Gotcha.
You're talking about
Bad
Arytos.
guy, big bad. And
Oh,
Arytos
yeah.
is still, yeah, he's still down just to catch everybody up.
Perfect. I am running around here, and as I'm like turning, I'm pulling out my BN, and as I'm rushing towards the creature, we'll call him, I kind of do like a backswing with the BN across his face. Hopefully, at least.
Very nice.
For sure.
You got this, Jade.
What do I click to target again? Apologies.
It'll be Alt left click.
Thank you.
You can do it! Rip his freaking balls off!
For
I've always loved that from Happy
12?
Gilmore. That
Yeah.
is a hit.
I
Oh,
didn't understand the reference at first, but then I got it.
Go ahead, roll that damage.
That is for.
See,
7
now
points
it's
of-
applying the damage for some reason. I don't know why I wasn't doing it earlier, but that's awesome. Very
7
nice
points
with
of
that
bludgeoning.
7 damage. Heck yeah. Yeah, you just smash this thing across his face. You see like a tooth fly. And he calls out to Arytos. Well, I don't think this is going so well. And
There's no
Arytos,
shit.
while he's on the ground getting his shit kicked in, he's just like, just silence yourselves and do what you were paid for.
I think that is going to be. Let's see. I think I'm trying to decide if I want to do anything for my bonus action. I don't think so. I think Jade's feeling really confident about this and felt like that was a pretty intensive blow. Did I knock any teeth out? That was kind of
you
the goal.
knocked teeth out, yeah?
Perfect.
Is it being a
Heck
monk
yeah.
weapon?
Yeah.
Yep. It's like it uses mace stats. So
Cool.
yeah.
Yep, I didn't know that. That's cool.
Yeah, I like it.
It's over there
It's
like,
good flavor.
where's the teeth? Where's the
No, I can't
Yeah.
even believe you said that, Candace. I was just sitting over here like, how far away are the teeth?
Oh my god,
Can
that's
I
great.
pick them up, GM? I cannot even believe that. That right there, that's the vibe. That's the vibe.
You and
Candace-
Laudno would get along really well.
I'm sitting over here like, oh, where did they fall? Oh, ask later. Don't worry.
I just noticed that I can make one more attack.
Do it.
Says when you use the attack action with an unarmed strike or a monk weapon, you can make one unarmed strike as
Oh.
a bonus action.
Oh
Good
yeah.
thing that's a monk weapon.
Yeah, I made sure I was looking them up. All right, I'm sorry, I just noticed that. I was
Awesome.
thinking that flurry of blows, that I had to use a key point, but that allows me to make 2 attacks as a bonus
Yep.
action. So
Awesome.
after I like smash him
Beast
across the
mode.
teeth with my BN, I'm gonna come in with a roundhouse kick to knock out a few more teeth if I can.
Okay.
So we'll
Do it.
That's a 14
That's a hit.
Oh my god, yes.
for 5 points of foot bludgeoning damage.
So you see,
Nice.
he's like got this like scowl on his face as you had smashed him, and he's got like his hand up to his cheek, and then you hit the opposite part of his face, kind of reversing your momentum, and he gets thrown off the brazier and like catches himself on the ground. And you see him spit out a glob of blood, and 2 more teeth just splat onto the ground.
Nice. All right, that's the end of my turn now.
And,
This is Cupid's treasure hoard.
Those are going in the baggie, y'all. Just
The those are going in the vials. So the thug that had originally tried to fire a shot over at Arytos just throws his heavy crossbow to the floor, pulls out his mace, and he says, "We gotta stop fucking around." And he skirts alongside you here, Jade, kind of rushing around that sarcophagus, and goes to smash you with the mace that's in his hands. and he says, we gotta stop messing up. This is ridiculous. And it's just a noble, or she's just a noble. He goes to attack with a 15. Does that hit, Jade?
No, it does not.
It does not. So yeah, he goes to swing. You just like easily duck under the attack, and he goes to swing once more. Ooh, that is a 19.
That one's gonna connect.
Rigo says over his shoulder, "That's right, she is a noble, and you'll pay for striking her. You will pay for striking one."
And yeah, he like you dodge the first one, and then he like takes the butt of it and just smacks you right in the forehead. And that's his turn.
I take it very stoically, by the way.
Very nice. And then Azora, you are up. You can see Jade's about to be surrounded. She's got 2 thugs by her, one about 10 feet away that's lost a couple teeth. There's one to the left of you, and then one behind Rigo, and then Arytos is further north in the room.
Okay. I want the guy to my left is done, right? He faced down Rigo and he's toast.
No, he's still alive. He's still holding on.
Come on, man.
Yeah, these guys are pretty tough. These guys are mid-20s hit points. I mean, these guys are pretty tough.
So I'm gonna like leave that area and I'm gonna like roll up on this dude.
So if you do, Zora, there is an attack of opportunity coming your way from that thug that you were engaged with. You can take you can use your standard action to disengage if you want, and that will stop him from attacking you, but you wouldn't be able to then attack the other thug.
All right,
So
so
it's kind of give and take.
Can I throw my glaive at that one?
Yeah, if it's got the thrown property, that's totally fine. Let me see. Martial melee, equip proficient. It does not.
No, it's a pole.
No, I can't throw it.
Yeah, you can't throw the glaive.
World of Warcraft.
Yeah. You can throw a javelin though. It looks like you got 4 javelins and like a quiver on your back.
Yes, I
It would be
do.
like throwing Reinhardt's hammer is kind of the give it a comparison.
Yeah, exactly.
Which totally needs to be a thing.
It's telling me that it's not equipped, but
I equipped it for you.
thank you.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm gonna throw the javelin at that guy because he's a dummy. I hate him.
Let me get rid
You
of
just
this
grab this guy and
stupid-
drag him with you to the other guy. That way you don't ever leave combat. And then hit him with it.
That's funny. Don't forget, it is Alt left click. I think you've got it though.
Okay. I got a 23.
Dang, that definitely hits.
Awesome. So I get him. For how much? Hopefully a good amount. 9.
Very nice. Yeah, that javelin flies out, striking him straight in the back as he's already like taken a pretty good beating from Jade. That javelin just sticks out of his back and he grunts in pain, falls down to like his right hand, and he's just barely holding himself up. He starts breathing heavy. He says,
That's what you fucking get. You shouldn't be disrespecting people's fucking graves, man.
He just grits his teeth. Zora, are you gonna move at all, or are you staying where you're at?
So if I move, that guy gets a free attack on me, right?
Correct. Yep.
I guess I'll stay there then.
Okay.
I don't
And
want
then Arytos goes. So Arytos flips up to his feet, and as he does so, as he's like moving his body almost in like an acrobatic motion, flips back up. On his way up, he claws at Arid with his hand, making an attack. And Arid, you are targeted. That is a 12. I'm assuming that does not hit.
That misses. So he comes up and he comes with a wild strike, and I just kind of move this side, and the claw comes right in front of me. And as it passes my eyes, he sees a smile, and then it goes away.
Yeah, and on the opposite end of him, in his flip, you hear him utter some strange, like almost very like guttural words. It sounds super like archaic and foreign to your lips. And suddenly this blade of shadows and dark steel form in his right hand. And as he makes his descent from the flip, he is going to go ahead and make an attack against Ant.
I'm going to use my protection, because since Ant is within 5 feet of me, to impose disadvantage with my shield.
He is not within 5 feet of you. He's on the opposite side of Arytos.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because it would be, you'd have to, that the enemy's within 5 feet of you, or that Ant's within 5 feet?
It just says, when a creature you, let me clarify. When a creature you can see attacks a target other than you that's within 5 feet of you. Yeah, so it's, Ant would have to be 5 feet.
Okay.
Yep, nope, that's cool.
All right, he makes that attack against you, Ant. That is a 22.
See, if I was a bit taller, then I'd be within 5 feet. But right now, no.
Right.
I like try. I'm like, oh crap.
That is 10 slashing. And where is the... Oops, that's not what I wanted to do. Where is the rest of it? Interesting. Oh, that's why. Sorry, folks. Give me 1 second here.
Wait till I do the play-by-play afterwards.
Right?
No, I'm serious. I'm literally taking notes, doing a play-by-play. Like my version of it, in a sense, though. So it's not.
Let me just do this. So you take 10 points of slashing damage and 4 points of necrotic damage as this blade bites into you, Ant. And he is now back on his feet after flipping all the way around. So that's minus 14. You're at 21 there, Ant. And he's got his teeth grit, and he says, "Well, this is quite more interesting than I thought it would be. Maybe I will fall again this day."
Well, you'll be able to relive it over and over in a jail cell.
And he has a wicked, evil smile on his face as you say that to him, Ant. And we move from Arytos back over to the thug behind Zora that Rigo just had stabbed in his back. He is going to disengage and rushes. Let's see here. He moves here. And then that is 30 feet. He rushes forward, skirting around there, and then ducks behind the sarcophagus.
Does that mean I can't blast him at all?
He disengaged, so you can't blast him.
Heck you! I had something cool.
But, Kevin, it is your turn. What would you like to do?
Well, what I want to do is an attack of opportunity because I can do a cantrip for an attack of opportunity.
Oh, I'm sorry.
You can't even stop me,
sorry.
though. I'm gonna do it anyway. Maybe. I don't know. Is he behind that sarcophagus?
He is. Yep, he ran all the way over here.
Never mind. I'm not gonna do it.
There's another one in front.
I know, but I
It's not
hate
the
that
same,
one
Greg.
more.
Of course.
It's not the
I hate
same.
that one more.
It's a chosen enemy. This is my arch enemy today.
I've looked upon his visage, and I've recalled it to the deepest chambers of my memory, and he exists.
It struck me to my core.
in perfect relief, and I will never forget it. It is etched upon the tapestry of my mind. No, but okay. I'm getting over
Charles
it.
the Thug.
Let's pause as Taylor relapses into Hemin.
Right? That's what just happened there.
Great
Oh.
drop, Greg.
Somewhere in the world, Cheyenne just looked up like, it stirs.
It's not my place to say.
It has come from the time is now. No, okay. Oh my god, I'm emotionally adjusting. Okay, there is still a guy, which is great.
Yes. There's a few of them.
I was really excited to just keep like throwing little darts at that guy until he ran away, and then I was gonna be like, fireball. But you know, it's totally fine. I'm training my eye upon this new individual, and I am in like this amazing spot because technically I've got an orc shield. You know, that's real. That's what's happening. I am completely protected. Nothing can happen to me at all, no matter what like kind of plan you have. And this dude is like not even facing me. I'm just looking at the back of his stupid head, and so I'm just feeling the rage flow through my body as my like chosen prey has evaded me like a fox.
Is this all translated? Do you attack the guy? Is that what that
Yeah. And it's done. I have summoned from the horrible depths of my broken being a firebolt. Ow!
Well played.
It strikes against the back of his head. The flames like envelop his head for a second. You can see burn marks beginning to appear as he goes, ah! Ah! And yeah, he's not too happy about
4
that.
damage.
He's not.
4 damage.
And whatever scraggly little hair was left, it is gone. So is the rest of his head bacon. Like a memory.
All right, Kivit, are you moving at all?
Hell no.
Okay.
I'm
Aaron, you are up. And we're going to wrap it up at the end of this round.
All right, I am going to. I see. I'm going to try to shuck this dude so he can't hit my buddy Ant. And it doesn't work. So I get even more enraged. And I go to cast this spell, and I realized my connection to Sylvanas is not as strong because I was talking to animals all day. So I'm even more mad. So I just hit this guy again with my flail.
Okay.
17.
Very nice. That hits.
Yes. For 8 more damage. And yet again, I am going to use my bonus action to swing back around with my shield and slam him to the ground again, hopefully. And I say, stay down!
It's such a good play.
Maybe! So 12. He's got to beat a 12.
We'll see if he can beat that. He gets another
Yes!
crit fail. You slam him to the
So
ground.
Not only
Go
only
ahead.
do I hit him to the ground, but this time I swing around and I pick him up from his feet and I fling him so he goes ass over tea kettle, and I decleat him and he lands shoulder and head first back on the ground, and I say, "The dead stay laying, bitch." And I go, and another flail round is coming around as I might, to prep for my next attack.
Perfect. Did you want him to land the same place he was at?
Yeah, right in front of me. Yeah, right where, hopefully right where he was before, where me and Ant and I can still do our thing.
Very nice. And from there, we have this thug over here
So,
that is
just-
as of yet. Go ahead.
No, I just wanted to ask, because a moment ago Antrel was flanking with him, so I didn't know if Aird had that intention as well. I mean, just a point.
Oh, to roll advantage? Yeah. No, I'll remember it next time. Yeah, you're right.
But that was super cool, and I didn't want to take away from that awesome moment.
So we see this thug that has yet taken any damage rush back, moving 30 feet. Oops. Oh. 10. Oh my god. Here we go. Get your life together, James. Rushes back, skirts behind the chest on the opposite end, on the opposite end of the rest of the party, and aims a crossbow at Ant and fires.
Why not the other target that's right next to me?
Rude.
Arytos. He's right there on the ground. A good shot.
Well, disadvantage for ranged attacks against prone
Understandable.
creatures, so.
Ooh, it got real close to that 20. He fires off the crossbow bolt, and it narrowly flies over Arytos's prone head and clashes against the wall. And Arytos just says, "You idiot." And you see the thug kind of like cringe a little bit. The guy that's had teeth removed from his face hole, that's got a javelin sticking out of his back, goes onto his knees, puts his hands over his head, and just says, "I yield." And he is not taking any action this turn.
A wise move.
And he pulls the javelin out of his back and takes a cloth out and like covers the wound. Ant, you are up as the final combatant of this round. You see Arytos on the ground before you, Arid flail flinging through the air, Jade kind of like looking towards this person that's just surrendered, having another thug just beside her, and Zora, Kivit, and Rigo from far below. What do you do, Ant?
He made a good decision. You should do the same.
Arytos looks up towards you. And would you have mercy on me?
Well, he would fall underneath the law. It is one
Then
of the
I
decisions.
yield. And that's what he says.
I'm a second wind anyways.
Okay.
Just in case this baddie starts beating, Antrell is standing
Nice second
up,
win, dude.
all imposing the blow that was dealt against him. This holy light is cascading against the dark wound that was created in his chest as the darkness goes away. And he's going to hold up his Konobo over his shoulder, and that's it.
As the Konobo rests against your shoulder, the camera pans away, leaving the space, rising above Waterdeep. We see Blackstaff Tower. Suddenly, explosions blow outward from inside Blackstaff Tower, and we hear screams throughout the city, and the tower begins to crumble to pieces. Parts of it falling and cascading against other buildings around it. And the scene fades to black as we end tonight's session.
Very stressful.
I was just gonna say that. Wow.
Thanks for watching. See you next week for our Q&A. Goodbye.